Would it surprise you to learn that the brain-computer interface or BCI was not created by Elon Musk? It has a rather lengthy history. The only issue is that there was essentially no improvement in the approach and use of BCI between the years of 2016 and the mid-1990s. Neuralink, a business that specializes in brain implants, enters the picture here. Additionally, there has been tremendous advancements made in the BCI sector in the 6 years since Neuralink was formed. However, the first BCI procedure approved by the FDA for human trial was not a Neuralink. It is a device called a Stentrode from a competing private company called Synchron. Let's find out more about this company and the first brain-computer interface human trial. According to Synchron, it has become the first company in the nation to implant a BCI in a patient. A participant in Synchron's command study had the company's Stentrode implanted by medical professionals at Mount Sinai West in New York. Ideally, technology like Stentrode will offer independence to people who want to email, text, and otherwise handle digital tasks that others take for granted. The procedure went very successfully, allowing the patient to go home 48 hours later, according to Synchron. Meanwhile, 4 individuals in an ongoing Australian experiment who received their implants a year ago are still alive and well. You might be upset to learn that Elon's business was denied permission to conduct the first BCI human experiment. So let's now discuss the condition of the BCI market at the moment and how Neuralink fits into the bigger picture. The brain-computer interface has a rather straightforward theory at its core. Your brain, which is really just a ball of mushy electrical meat, regulates the rest of your body by creating certain electrical impulses, sending them down your nerves to your organs, muscles, and other parts of your body. The human body's electrical pulses act as its programming language. Your spinal cord receives instructions from your brain. But occasionally, either because to a physical accident or a degenerative condition, the link between the brain and the body is severed. BCI can therefore act as a bridge to allow those electrical signals to go around the damaged connection. The two philosophies of current BCI technology are intrusive and non-invasive. Non-invasive BCIs have undoubtedly been observed before. It resembles a strange headgear with several electrode sensors placed throughout it. This can read brain electrical impulses, although it doesn't perform that well. It should come as no surprise that it's not very successful, as the entire skull is located between the sensors and the neurons. So in order to establish a strong link with the brain, we must be intrusive. And this is where things become nasty. The Utah array is the current industry benchmark for invasive BCI. It is a square computer chip that enters the brain and has a huge number of spikes going out of it. They take a piece of your skull, insert the Utah array into the layer of your brain that surrounds it, and then fasten a little computer to the top of your head that is connected to the array on one end and has a long cable going out of it on the other. Usually, they will need to repeat this process twice. Therefore, you would have 2 spikes in your brain and 2 computer boxes on top of your head connected by wires. This process works wonders. The electrical impulses from the brain's cortex can be read by the spikes rapidly and easily, and the computer then translates these signals into computer codes. A person with a brain implant can operate an electronic gadget via this approach. They are able to manipulate a robotic limb as if it were their own arm. So now we enter the next generation of BCI technology, currently being led by startup companies like Neuralink and Synchron. The Synchron process is an exact replica of pacemaker implantation. Simply put, they are running the wire into the brain rather than the heart. The implanted computer device will then pair with a computer or even just a smartphone using Bluetooth to communicate with the rest of the system. The wonderful part about the Synchron treatment is that nothing will protrude from the patient. There won't be any outward indication that they have a brain implant. The system can be used anywhere. The surgery can be done in any hospital setting in just a couple of hours. And most importantly, there is no need to open the person's skull or damage their brain tissue. The first patient in America to get a Stentrode is a person with ALS who is unable to move their body or even talk. However, with the help of the Synchron device, this individual is now able to use a computer and send text by only thinking about it. The fact that Synchron only exists inside the blood channel that passes through the brain is its only drawback. The electrode is not physically contacting the neurons inside the cortical tissue. As a result, there is a restricted amount of signal flowing through the Stentrode. It cannot equal the Utah array's bandwidth. Thus, Synchron is undoubtedly providing partial solutions to a number of issues, but not all of them. The Neuralink gadget combines the greatest features of the classic Utah array and the contemporary Stentrode, enhancing the potential even more. So the Neuralink does require some skull material to be removed, just like the Utah array. Unfortunately, you're going to develop another hole in your brain. However, Neuralink employs a robotic sewing machine to precisely and painstakingly insert the exceedingly thin and flexible electrode wires into the outer cortical layer, as opposed to just inserting a tiny bed of nails into the brain. They just penetrate a few millimeters. The electrode may then be inserted by the robot into the neurons that is being read, directly accessing the source's maximal bandwidth. There will be around 1,000 of these small cables in each connection device. Because of this, the brain emits an incredibly large volume of signal, and the computer device that is connected to the electrode wires is so small that it can precisely fit into the newly created hollow space in your skull and rest flat with the bone. They may then easily stitch you up by folding the skin back over. There won't be any outward indication that you have a hardwired computer in your head after the hair grows back in. The Link device would couple with a computer or a smartphone through Bluetooth, just as the Stentrode, and read the impulses produced in the brain and transform them into orders for the computer. While the Stentrode handles the implanting of the electrodes using a fairly conventional and well-tested medical process, Neuralink is proposing a totally novel type of robotic brain surgery. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so you'll get more updates about the brain-computer interface and Elon Musk. Don't forget to like and share this video. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.